So anyway, I was discussing the difference of all the revolutions that I had studied from the past, and the way that they had been conquered, the way they had been divided, the way that they had been made to fail. Because they had to be made to fail. It's no secret why Haiti is in the situation that it is in. And this is the first successful slave revolution on this side of the world. That can't be allowed to succeed. Black people can't run their own shit. They need white people to tell them exactly how to run it. Well, communism doesn't work. Everyone has the same. No. You need to have a class where people who are rich and smart control everything, and people who are down there on the lower end are stupid and darker, and they get run. There are things that are put there by design, and I will explain just a fraction of the design for people today. If there's anybody here from the Philippines, from Puerto Rico, from República Dominicana, from Cuba, from any of those islands, I'll tell you, Puerto Rico was given its independence charter by Spain in 1898. And then a year after that, there was a ship called the USS Maine that was destroyed from the inside. They claimed that the ship was exploded by the Spaniards, but it was destroyed on the inside. Meaning, and something that speaks volumes about it is that there was no officers. All the white officers on the American ship were having lunch somewhere in Puerto Rico. The only people who were on the ship were the black shipmates, were the people who were running the actual ship. It was destroyed, and under that premise, the Spanish-American War was started. The United States used that war to annex Puerto Rico, República Dominicana, Cuba, the Philippines, Guam, and other territories in the Caribbean. You see, it was a design because they used the Monroe Doctrine from 1823 at the turn of the century in 1900 to justify it. That's why when people ask me, oh, what you think the Patriot Act is about? I'm not worried about the Patriot Act tomorrow. We're living in a design, meaning people are patient with their oppression. Don't worry about what the Patriot Act will do to y'all niggas tomorrow. You worry about what it'll do to you in 50, 60, 70 years after everything's decided to run its natural little course of evolution by design. Evolution by design. Evolution in the diseases that we carry. Evolution in our identity as a people. And that's why I chose not only to speak about these issues, but I thought being an MC, being a rapper, being somebody that goes around the world, I was going to talk about these issues one by one and address them all, but especially since the situation is so drastic among the quote-unquote immigrants here in the West Coast, that we would attack here first. And that's why I called it the Invasion Tour. It was a play on words because I saw it on the media, the immigrant invasion, the immigrant invasion. As if we landed from space. We're not fucking aliens. We didn't drop here on a spaceship and say, hey, let's build this. I love when they see pyramids and they say, oh, they must have had help by aliens. Why? Because black people can't build no shit by themselves? All right, well, in order to build that big spaceship, you must have had help from aliens. Because how did white people build an airplane all by themselves? They're rocks, people, okay? We moved rocks. We just knew how to move rocks very well. The fuck over. Bottom line. We refuse to be put in that category anymore. We were citizens of this land before this land was this land. We survived the Spaniards. We survived the British. We survived the French. And believe me, when the Empire of America is dead and gone, we will survive this so-called republic as well. That's why I decided to go to California, not just here in LA, but also up to the Bay Area. I will be traveling to the Bay Area, and I'll tell you not just why, because, and no disrespect to Southern Cali, or as I like to refer to it as Northern Mexico, with no disrespect to this area, when Proposition 187 was passed in all California. It did not pass in 7 districts. It was 7 or 8 districts. All of those districts are in the Bay Area. That speaks volumes about the revolutionary potential that is in that area. And that's why we need to cultivate that. We need to cultivate the intelligence of the youth. They think just because we're from the hood, we're stupid. We didn't choose to live in the hood. You don't live in the hood. Oh, yeah. You live in the hood because your parents are poor. That doesn't mean that you're stupid and you're incapable of doing things. That's the stigma that we're given, that prison is a rite of passage. It's not a rite of passage. It don't make you tough, nigga. It just means you're a fucking slave, that you have a little number. Well, it depends on how, man, you gotta go through a process, man. I voted. But not like it did shit, but I voted just so I could come out here and complain so that people would be like, well, you didn't vote. You didn't vote, Technique. Yeah, I did vote. There ain't shit happening. Fuck you. I vote every time just so that when people say that, I can say, yeah, you know, I voted and what happened? Fuck out of here, man. Democracy is a beautiful thing, you know what I mean, having a choice. But if I tell my little cousin, you know, who's 3 years old, hey, you want a choice between healthcare for the rest of your life and ice cream, I bet you I'm gonna be walking my ass to that little, you know what I mean, that little cart with the music coming out of it, you know what I mean? It's not enough to have a choice, it's an informed choice, and the people are not informed. That's why I call it the fourth branch, because a specific sector of the government controls the media. That's why I launched my invasion tour. That's why I came here to support the South Central farmers. Because this land will be here in the hands of these people, in the hands of these beautiful women and children, long after I'm gone. And long after all of us are gone. And if that doesn't work, then what was all this for? If all I ever do, and listen to me very clearly, people, all of you, if you're supporters of the music, but you don't know who the fuck I am, if all I ever do in life is make some songs that inspired people, then it's not enough. Then I personally think I failed myself. I have to take it much farther than that. I wrote The Point of No Return. I called it that for a specific reason. It's the point in the journey where it's harder to go all the way back than it is just to go through what you decided to do in the first. You can't come back. There was a point in Malcolm X's life, he couldn't go back to being Detroit red and pimping women and breaking into homes. There's a point in Che Guevara's life where he couldn't go back to being a bougie blanquito criollo from Argentina who didn't care about the lowly indios that lived around him. There was a time when he changed his life entirely. That's what I've done, and that's what a lot of you have done, and I'm telling you to please have patience when you explain it to people, because it took me 10, 15 years to get here where I am. 10, 15 years ago, I probably would have been robbing one of y'all motherfuckers. I would have been running around the street stealing cars. I mean, my people have known me for years. I never claimed to be Mr. Conscientious for my young life.